So what I want to talk to you about today is likely in the top, not top 10, not top 5, not even top 3, but the top 2 list of things that you must master and take seriously before your big audition day. Now, I'm not going to tell you the answer right now, but I will let you know this. It is linked to one of our mistakes within the top 10 terrible audition mistakes you don't want to make. It's number 6 on the list, but like I said, it bubbles all the way up to my top 2 things that you must master before your big day. So let's go ahead and jump right in. This is mistake number 6, not having the look of the pro cheer team that you plan to audition for. This is so important. Now, I understand that you might just be joining us in this series of our top 10 list of audition mistakes you don't want to make, but don't worry, I'm not going to do a recap, but I am going to make sure that I put a link below as to where you can go to read the blog about these top 10 mistakes, and then also download a cheat sheet and action sheet that goes over the entire top 10 list. But in this video, I really want to focus on number 6. So I mentioned at the top of this video that your look is in the top 2 of the most important things that you must master before your big day. It's neck and neck with your overall dance ability. And I say that because you could be an amazing dancer and be able to do, 10 fouette turns and have tremendous flexibility, but if you don't have the look that the team needs for that season, then you more than likely won't make the team. So you really need to master both of these, both your look as well as your dance ability. And with your look, you want to keep something in mind. You want to stand out but not stick out, and then you want to fit in but you don't want to blend in. And there is a fine line between all of those. And the thing that I'm going to say, and I know you cannot stand hearing me say it over and over and over and over again, is you have to do your research. You really have to research the team. You really have to understand what look they want on the team, and then you want to master that look while showing them that you can fit in with the team, but then you also want to show off your uniqueness as well. So I wanted to go over what I consider 6 key components to master your pro cheer look. Number 1, you have to make sure that you put a lot of attention into your hair and your makeup. Now, technically, I know these are 2 items, hair and makeup, but in the pro cheer world, we often say you need to arrive full hair and makeup. So I'm so used to just lumping these 2 items together, so I figured I'd lump them together in this video too. So you really want to do a checkup from the neck up. I'm sure you've heard that saying, but it has everything to do with literally your neck up. Your hair needs to be well conditioned and look healthy. Your hair needs to look real. So obviously we have a lot of ladies out there that may have extensions, or maybe they're even wearing wigs. You just want to make sure that you save up the money to buy quality hair that looks like it's yours. And you really just have to put a lot of attention into your hair, not just from a healthy standpoint, but just making sure that it's the length that the team wants, that it's styled properly, and it just looks really good and extremely glamorous. You also need to be able to dance with the hair that's on your head. You've got to do hair whips and turns, and you don't want your hair to be a distraction. So if you are considering putting in extensions or adding hair or even getting a new haircut, you want to make sure that you practice in full hair before the big day. Next, makeup. You really want to work on applying makeup so that your look really pops, okay? So you want to learn how to contour. You want to figure out what colors look best on your eyes. Not everyone looks good with a smoky eye. You really want to master how much liner to put on. The lashes, like we love Ardell, the Demi Wispy lashes, but those may not work for you. That's another thing that you want to research. Do those cheerleaders on the team that you plan to audition for, do they even wear lashes? And if they do, are they really bold and noticeable, or are they more, do they blend in more? Most teams are going to want to go with a more natural looking lash, so you even may want to consider getting lash extensions. There's just so many things with your makeup that you want to think about, all the way down to the lip color. So for example, the Ravens right up the turnpike in Baltimore, they wear more of a red lip, whereas the Redskins go more with a burgundy, and the Wizards kind of do a gloss, and they kind of vary between the deepness of the color on their lips. So you really want to just pay attention to those small details, because those small details really do matter. Now, when you also think about your neck up, you also want to think about your smile. How beautiful is your smile, right? That's one of the first things that grabs people's attention when they meet you. So making sure that your teeth are white and that they're straight. If they aren't, that's okay. Go to a dentist, take the time now to get your teeth straightened. These things really do matter. And of course, make sure that you're constantly brushing your teeth, that you're using teeth whitener, or you go to the dentist to get your teeth whitened, and that you're not eating a lot of things or drinking a lot of things that will stain your teeth. All of this stuff definitely matters. You also want to think about your skincare. So think about a painter. And if the painter doesn't have a nice, clean, beautiful, smooth canvas, then 9 times out of 10, his artwork is not gonna look that great, because the canvas behind the paint isn't that great. And it's the same thing with your skin. You can cover up blemishes and you can cover up dark spots and all of that with makeup, but when you get closer, if you don't have good skin, if you don't have a good canvas, it's going to show up, especially when someone gets close to you. And that's really important, because we have fans, you're interacting with fans all of the time at games, you're doing appearances with people in the community. So you really want to make sure, if you haven't started one already, get in a good skincare regimen. Make sure that you're washing your face every single night, that you're always taking your makeup off, you're using sunscreen, that you're eating healthy. Try to eliminate stress, make sure you're getting proper sleep. There's so many things that impact your skin and how your skin looks. Even working out, I've noticed that when I am consistent with my workouts, it shows on my skin, it shows on my face. So really make sure that you don't just concentrate on your hair and your makeup, while that is extremely, extremely important, but that you're also thinking about the other small details of your overall look from the neck up as well. All right, so component number 2, I'm gonna call this fitness level, and that is my nice term to basically say you need to be fit and you need to look toned, and it's all about your physique. And this is one of the hardest conversations that I have with some of our lovelies, because it's really hard to tell someone that they need to lose weight. But in this industry, sometimes you just have to tell someone you need to lose weight. But that's not normally what I say, right? I'll say, you know, I really think that you need to focus on getting tone in the midsection, toning up your arms, and maybe dropping off a few pounds, and then obviously working with them to set a goal weight and to figure out how we're going to get there. And it's a combination of both your workouts, and we recommend HIIT workouts, along with proper eating and healthy eating, and really making sure that these are lifestyle changes that you make so that you can maintain them throughout the entire season. So really just concentrate on your fitness level, because you may apply your makeup beautiful, you may have on the right outfits and look great, but if you're not going to look really good in that uniform because you're slightly overweight, or you're not toning up in the midsection because you're not eating properly or working out, or whatever the reason is, they're just not able to put you on the team, because they need someone, once that number is called, to be uniform ready. So just kind of keep that in mind, that you really need to focus on your fitness level as well. Component number 3, your attire. So of course, this is probably the first thing that popped in your mind when you thought about the pro cheer look. And there's so many different outfits that you might have to have for the audition process. So not just your audition attire as far as the big audition day and then final auditions, but you also have to think about what you're going to wear to prep classes. If there's an interview round, you want to make sure that you're dressed appropriately for that as well. And swimsuit round, if you have to actually walk the runway in a swimsuit, or even take photos to turn in with your application. So for the purposes of this video, to try to keep it somewhat short, I'm going to focus mainly on your audition attire, but it kind of holds true with your swimsuit attire as well. So there are a couple of things that you really need to think about when you are picking an outfit for auditions. You're not gonna just go online and say, oh, that looks really good on her, so I'm gonna assume that it's gonna look really good on me, because that's not always the case. So first you wanna think about your body shape. You really want to know your body shape. Are you rectangular? Are you pear-shaped? Are you hourglass? If you are so lucky. Or are you a cone shape? And depending on the shape of your body, it's going to determine the cut of shorts and the top that's going to look best on your body shape. So for example, if you are pear, then that means you're kind of smaller at the top and you kind of go out wider in the hips. So if you are pear, you're gonna want to avoid boy shorts, those thick shorts, because what? That's just gonna bring attention to your bottoms. And you don't want the attention to go to your bottom area, you want the attention to come up to your top area. So these small little details, again, really do matter. So just really make sure that you understand what your body shape is and then the proper attire based on your body shape. Now, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this just because we have an entire training dedicated to this, just trying to help you figure out what your attire should be. It's called Sideline Attraction. So I'll be sure to put information below if you are interested in kind of digging in deeper and learning more about this. So something else you want to think about when it comes to your building your body is if you are slender or if you're well endowed, or maybe you are smaller chested. In that case, for example, if you're smaller chested, then you want to go with a halter top that you can put a halter bra, a padded halter bra underneath. So you don't want to go with the top that has really thin straps, because you want to make sure that your halter bra fits good under the halter top. Another reason you want your bra to be padded is so that you don't have to worry about inserting pads and them popping out, or you trying to pin them in and all that. If the bra is already padded, then it does the work for you. And a halter top is amazing for smaller chested women because it literally lifts you up, and then the bra is going to help to push you in. So I would definitely recommend going with a halter top with a padded halter bra if you are smaller chested. So just something else that you want to think about. Now, when it comes to the color of your audition attire, you want to look at your skin undertone. So what you're going to want to do is take a look at the veins in your arm. If you have greenish color veins, then you have warm undertones, and more than likely you look really good in gold jewelry, and your skin probably tans pretty well in the sun. Now, if you look at your veins and you see that it's more of a bluish or a purple color, then that means that you have cool undertones, and you probably look really good in silver jewelry, but when you go out in the sun, you likely burn. So of course you want to make sure you have on your SPF, but you might burn easily. And based on your skin undertones, that's going to tell you what colors look best on you. So if you have warm undertones, you can go with those brighter colors, your reds, your oranges, your berries. And then if you have cooler undertones, you kind of want to stick with the bright, deep blues and purples and turquoise and even hot pink. So really making sure that you understand what your undertones are. And another thing is, when you're wearing clothes, what colors are people constantly complimenting you on? Like, oh my gosh, that looks so good on you. What color are you actually wearing? Something else that you want to think about is your hair and your eye color. So what colors look best on brunettes and blondes? We all know that, women that have auburn red hair, those deep green, like the emeralds, look so good on redheads. So really just thinking through and knowing what colors look best on you based on both your hair color and your eye color. So I know that was a lot of information. I'm trying to jam in as much content as I possibly can for you, but if you want more information on just your attire from head to toe, then of course we have that sideline attraction training for you. All right, let's move on to number 4, your shoes. So let me tell you a funny story about this. So growing up with my younger sister, when it got to the point where we were old enough to date and we bring our boyfriends around, my sister, I don't care what the guy would have on, if she looked down to his feet and if his shoes were not on point, she would be like, yeah, no, sorry, he's not good enough, on to the next. because shoes would make or break her opinion of a guy. It was absolutely hilarious, and it would be something that I wouldn't even notice. But you know what? It's the same thing with your audition attire and your entire look. You want to complete the look from head to toe, and toe meaning your shoes. So you really want to make sure that you put some time into researching, one, what the team normally wears to prep classes and auditions. And if at all possible, obviously go with that type of shoe. You also want to make sure, and this is very, very important, that you can dance in the shoes that you select. So an example of this, one of our lovelies was auditioning for an NBA team, and most of the girls wore these tan jazz shoes. And it was perfect for her because she's shorter, and tan jazz shoes rather than the black will make you look longer. So she had on the tan jazz shoes, but because it was an NBA audition, she was dancing on a slippery basketball court, and she was so worried about falling that she wasn't able to dance 110% with full power and momentum and energy. And so it really inhibited her performance. So you really want to think about that when you are selecting your shoes. Not just what shoes are going to look best, because really that is important, but what shoes can you dance the best in? And then you want to go with those shoes. If, for example, the team normally wears boots, we love the Go-Go Flexor white boots. You can go to Happy Feet. They're one of our sponsors. You can check them out on our website. But we normally recommend girls wear those, or of course the tan jazz shoes. And then some teams audition in sneakers, so you want to make sure that you select the right sneakers. But again, you must be able to dance comfortably in the shoes. And when you buy new shoes, please, please, please make sure that you break in those shoes. So dance in them. You know, scuff them up a little bit, and just make sure that you go to prep classes and that you're dancing full out in those shoes before your big audition day. All right, up next, number 5, accessories. So when I say accessories, most people will automatically think about jewelry, and yes, that is a part of it. So you want to make sure for the most part that you're wearing just a small stud, you know, gold earring or rhinestone earring, and it's not too big, not too gaudy. You don't want anything that dangles, but just something very simple. You want to stay away from excessive rings, no bracelets, none of that stuff, unless it's in the swimsuit round and they say that you can wear it, or obviously interviews. For rings, normally teams allow women, if they are engaged or married, to wear their ring, and then if you have vet status and you maybe have a team ring on, they will let you wear that as well. So again, something you need to research, something you need to ask, and something you just need to find out. But a couple of other accessories that I want you to think about, I mentioned earlier, you know, your bra. So making sure that you have a padded bra if you need it, or that you have boob pads to insert if you need it. You just want to make sure that you have enough support depending on your size, and that you accentuate and show off what you do have within reason, obviously. So kind of keep that in mind. The next thing that's really important are your tights. Now keep in mind that these are not going to be your regular dance tights that are really thick and kind of opaque. You want to make sure that they look natural. We recommend PV Hosiery or Diva Hosiery. These two companies actually are sponsors of NFL, NBA, pro cheer teams. So obviously those hose work really well. I always wore PV Hosiery, absolutely loved them. I could probably get a good 4 to 6 wears out of them as long as I hand washed them and didn't put them in the washing machine. So they really do hold up pretty well. And then I normally, because we would always have boots when we cheered, I always go with the footless suntan hosiery from PV, simply because your toes don't get all scrunched up with the hose. So anyway, I'll move on. So those are some of the accessories that you want to think about. And now my top 6 key component that you want to think about when you are trying to master your pro cheer look. Wonder what it is. It probably could have been number 1, your confidence and your poise. So you could master 1 through 5, right? You could have your hair and makeup down, your body could be on point as far as your fitness and how toned you are. You could have the best, blingiest, stand out, look great attire on. Your shoes could complement your attire and you can dance really well in them. But if you walk in unsure of yourself and not quite 110%, it's going to show immediately. So you want to walk in with confidence. You want to walk in saying, I know I look good, and better yet, I feel even better. And that's what you really have to think about. You really want to arrive in with confidence and poise and really show them through your demeanor and how you carry yourself that you deserve to be on the team. All right, so those were my 6 key components that you want to make sure that you master in order to get the pro cheer look. And it's all in alignment with, guess what? Mistake number 6, not having the look of the pro cheer team that you want to audition for. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions or tips or anything that you want to add, please be sure to comment below. We would love to hear from you. Obviously, give us a thumbs up if you like the video, share it with your friends. Visit us on sidelineprep.com. You can grab some free training there. And then also be sure to connect with us. We are obviously on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe. And then also join us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. All right, that is all for now. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.